Hi everyone, Sue from IC Sugar. Welcome to my channel. This is a really quick tutorial to show you how I made Grogu or Baby Yoda or the child from the Mandalorian, whichever you'd want to call him. You can see all of my components I have here laid out on the bench for you. The dome-shaped cake, the pan that I used to bake the cake in. I also used the same pan to make the top of the dome. And you can see on the left side, Grogu is made out of modelling chocolate, and the board is has been pre-iced and covered in sugar paste and airbrushed. Grogu, you can see that I had already hand painted, so I modelled him first. I then hand painted him using a mix of edible food colouring, alcohol and white petal dust. The board is iced in Bakehouse Pet Nice, but underneath the board I used Rice Krispies or LCMs if you're in Australia to create the interesting rock shape effects, and then I've airbrushed over the top of it, and I've done it a few times. I've airbrushed it, taken the colour off, airbrushed a bit more, taken the colour off, and what that actually does when you wipe the colour off is settles some of the colour into the crevices, and it gives a more realistic looking effect. You can see here that I'm icing the dome, probably something that I didn't do that I should have done is before I iced the dome would be to cover it in dark chocolate. So what happens is, because the dome is an unusual shape, when you go to turn it upside down, the entire pressure of everything sitting on your cake is sitting on the top or the bottom of the dome, whichever way you want to look at it, and it can cause it to crack and warp over a period of time. But if you actually do have some chocolate, that will stop that happening. As you can see here, I've turned it upside down. I've placed the dome lid into the cake. Now that was made out of modelling paste, and I did allow it to dry for 24 hours before I took it out of I used the same round cake pan to create it as I baked the cake in. I just used a bit of flour underneath so it didn't stick, and you can see I've done the trim around the outside. I'm now putting Grogu into the cake, and you can see here that I've airbrushed the cake, and I've done the same thing that I did with the board. So I airbrushed it in the colours I wanted, took the colour off, airbrushed, took the colour off until I had a good range of colours that I wanted. The hands I've modelled directly onto the cake using modelling chocolate. You can see here now that I've painted them. And in a minute I will go through and I will put on his little jacket. You can see here also just in Pet Nice, and I've used black Pet Nice behind it to hide the cake, and I've just airbrushed it, highlighting the various places on the jacket for effect. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it.